Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. So dear viewers, this particular video game originally released in 2015, a year I remember fondly as the year I played a bloody lot of video games. But we're not here to discuss just any old video game. We are here to talk about MGS5, The Phantom Pain. And just like that beautiful bearded bastard Barry Bertrum, you're probably wondering,
what is this? What is it? What is this?
Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain is a follow-up to Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, which was a standalone prologue mission type thing that was released in 2014. The story this time is set in 1984, 9 years after the events of Ground Zeroes, as we follow punished Venom Snake as he ventures into Soviet-occupied Afghanistan and the Angola-Zaire border region to exact revenge on those bastards who destroyed his bosses and came close to killing him during the climax of Ground Zeroes. So dear viewers, let's review this Metal Gear Solid game the only way I know how. Badly. And let's start with what I love about The Phantom Pain. The first thing you're going to notice about The Phantom Pain, especially when you compare it to earlier entries in this series, is how damn amazing this game looks. Characters like Big Boss, Kazuhira Miller, Revolver Ocelot have never looked quite so shaggable. And the locations, oh my, the locations are simply stunning. Speaking of those locations, this game is sort of an open world affair. You'll get dropped off in Afghanistan and, later in the game, Africa, and you'll carry out all manner of missions, be they story missions, side ops, destroying X amount of tanks, infiltrating this particular enemy base, rescuing this particular hostage. Your mother base will act as a sort of hub world, and you can upgrade the damn thing. You can kidnap soldiers in the field and force them at gunpoint to work for you. You can even bribe some of the bastards with jelly and ice cream and force them to go out and conduct missions for you. More or less. Sadly, there's no jelly or ice cream in this game. What there is, though, like the other Metal Gear Solid games, is an absolutely fantastic story that deals with revenge, language barriers, identity, all of that deep bollocks. But don't let that put you off, dear viewers. This game is still a hell of a lot of fun, especially in some of the awesome boss fights you'll be participating in, most notably against the giant Metal Gear Sahelanthropus. Try saying that if you've got a lisp. Of course, this being a Metal Gear game, you'll be doing more than just fighting bosses or fighting enemies. I mean, you can just do that if you want. You can run and gun your way through this game like the best of them. But of course, the most satisfying way to play a Metal Gear Solid game is in its stealth. And you'll be happy to hear that Metal Gear Solid 5 has the absolute best stealth gameplay of the entire series. You'll be able to scope out enemy bases, decide how you want to go about infiltrating them. You can tranquilize enemies from a distance. You can shut down their bloody radios and electronics and all that other jargon so that they can't summon enemy reinforcements. You can take out bloody helicopters. You can commandeer vehicles to traverse the open world. This really is the ultimate Metal Gear sandbox. But is there anything I don't like so much about this game? Well, frankly, And I know some people won't have a problem with this. The game just didn't have enough cutscenes for my liking. I think Hideo Kojima, the talented bastard responsible for this series, took the criticisms of the earlier games having far too many cutscenes to heart. And this time I think he went the opposite way. There's plenty of gameplay, but not enough cutscenes and dialogue scenes for my liking. Yes, there's all the optional tapes that you can listen to, but that's just boring. If you're not going to give me the visuals to go along with the sound, then frankly, I'm not going to listen to your bloody tapes, even if they do give a greater context to the story. Also, I know this is a 10-year-old game. I don't want to spoil the plot twist, but let me just say that the plot twist is very much been there, done that. You tried that one before, Kojima. It didn't really work last time for a lot of people. I was fine with it, but it kind of took away from the whole point of this game. Of course, if you played the game, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I also do find that this game has far too much filler for its own liking. Too many of the missions are just random side quests in which you have to rescue a particular hostage? That's a new word. Hostage. Blow up a certain thing, or follow a convoy of tanks, or retrieve a particular document. This game sports over 50 missions. That's right, 50 missions. A lot of these missions are simply harder versions of missions you've already played, or they're the side ops I was talking about earlier. So in terms of actual bona fide story missions, there's probably about 20 maybe that I could count. But don't get me wrong, dear viewers, this is still a fantastic Metal Gear game. Is it my favorite one? Well, you'll just have to wait for my series ranking to find that out. But nonetheless, I declare that Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, is splendid. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my review for MGS5, The Phantom Pain. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.